As you know, I approved 2 pipelines that were stuck in limbo forever. I don't even think it was controversial. You know, I approved them. I haven't had one call from anybody saying, oh, that was a terrible thing you did. I haven't had one call. You know, usually if I do something, it's like bedlam, right? I haven't had one call from anybody. And, you know, we've got a lot of jobs. In the Keystone case, we have potentially 32,000 jobs almost immediately. And then, as you know, I did the Dakota pipeline. And nobody called up to complain because it was unfair. Years of getting approvals. Nobody showed up to fight it. This company spends tremendous hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, and then all of a sudden people show up to fight it. It's not fair to our companies, and I think everyone's going to be happy in the end, okay?
What the fuck?
I don't know.
Like, what even is that line of reasoning?
I didn't get a call.
Normally, I do something, I get a ton of calls like that was a terrible move. Okay, before we even go into DAPL, I think when he said that, I died a little inside. Because he's like, normally, anything I do, I get fuck ton of calls. People are like, what the fuck are you doing? You're supposed to be the president. This is terrible. But this one didn't really get that many calls.
Yeah, no one called me. Now, there's another piece of information. The Trump White House is not taking calls from civilians.
So he didn't get a call about this thing because he shut off the phone. He literally put his White House phone in Do Not Disturb.
Now, speaking of White House phones, when the president, takes office, they get a standard issue phone from the FBI for, security reasons.
Yeah, Obama really didn't want to get rid of his BlackBerry.
Trump is not giving up his phone.
Yeah, I mean, Obama eventually did.
But, the story I read was just like, Bannon keeps trying to take it from him. And Trump's not giving it up.
Oh, come here, little Trumpy. I'm going to need the phone.
Hey, give me that. No, my phone.
It's my tremendous, huge phone.
It's the only phone that fits in my huge hands.
His little, iPhone, too. Tiny little thing. So, DAPL, we should probably talk about the reason that we played you this clip in the first place.
Because holy fuck. First off, he said no one was protesting it. Now, for those
TYT Politics on YouTube.
TYT fans, yeah, TYT Politics, you can see videos of a guy named Jordan Sheridan. Extensive coverage on the protests on DAPL.
I think, actually, to be perfectly fair, we might want to recheck, but I think what he said was that nobody was protesting it when they were making the plan, and then after the company invested all the money in it, then they started protesting it. I think that's what he was saying.
Yes, that is what he was saying. And there is a tiny bit of truth there.
Yeah, I mean...
Because when they were planning it, one, the public didn't know about it. And two, when the plan first came out, it wasn't going to tear through sacred burial grounds and become a threat to an Indian tribe's entire water supply.
In fact, if I'm remembering correctly, it got rerouted there because it was going to go through a traditional white community.
Yeah, it was going to go through a city.
Nah, you should just put it over there.
Yeah, it was going to go through a city, and the people in the city were like, we don't want that, and so they rerouted it.
Just give it to the Native Americans. They can
to go through the Native American, what's the word for it? I want to say settlement, but it's not.
Sacred...
territory.
Reservation?
Yeah, reservation. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm a derp and can't think of words sometimes. Sorry, my major's math. But, it was going to go through the reservation, which in itself they can't do because that's their land. the government doesn't own that land, so the government cannot let them do that. And they were trying to use
Eminent domain,
eminent domain to go through there.
which you can't do.
You can't do that.
Because
It was going to go under the lake where they get all of their water from. So if there's a leak, their water is all contaminated.
there would never be a pipeline built that was leak ever, Colin. Come on. These people
who
care.
Was there was a Republican senator who was just like, I'm not concerned. They're using the latest technologies. Technology fails, bitch.
And also, America's infrastructure is a D.
D.
So yeah, there was a map, and it like put a pinpoint for every pipeline burst that happened in the United States, and it was just the United States.
Yeah, it's pipelines break all the time.
I mean, things break. We get that, and also,
But we're getting on to pipeline breaking. Let's talk about the protests, because the protests have been going on for actual months, almost a year at this point.
I didn't get a call. I didn't even know it was controversial. I didn't get.
You're
a
the
call.
president of the United States. There have been people camping out, protesting this for months in North Dakota in the
I
winter.
didn't get a call. Didn't get a call.
Like, okay,
Tremendous lack of calls.
you need to know that this is controversial. Like, the Keystone XL pipeline, you're shitting me. You didn't know that was controversial?
Didn't get a call.
Like, stop. Stop.
I'm having too much fun.
Like, you didn't know the Keystone XL pipeline was controversial? You didn't know that DAPL was controversial? You're full of shit.
Actually, I disagree with you here. The man doesn't read, and he only watches Fox News. He didn't know that stuff was controversial. His White House his White House briefings need to be under a page long and with bullet points, but not too many bullet points. He didn't know. He actually didn't know it was controversial. I'm gonna give him that one. I'm willing to.
If you haven't checked it out already, go to TYT Politics. Like, just the shit that they've been doing to these protesters. They're peaceful protesters. They've gotten rubber bullets, tear gas, fire hoses.
Arm.
Yeah, someone had it was I think like a grenade, like a gas grenade.
Concussion grenade. I believe.
Concussion grenade that went off and blew a woman's arm off.
It's not controversial. Like I said, he doesn't read. He gets bullet points in the morning.
These are American citizens.
His briefings are taking less than 20 minutes. I could prove that to you with when they start versus when he tweets.
I wouldn't be convinced that they're that short. I would be more convinced that he's not there.
Oh,
or
actual truth that Bannon and Pence are taking them.
Or that he made a requirement that he has to have a tweet break part of the way through.
Hold up, guys. Hold up. I understand.
Wait.
This is really important. Let me grab my
so
phone.
Wait, you're saying that DAPL was controversial?
Fuck
Hold
Nordstrom
up.
for taking Melania's line out.
I gotta tweet this shit.
Everybody wants EZD.
I got a text from Melania saying that Nordstrom's not selling their shit anymore. All right.
It's just...
It's bullshit.
You're either an idiot or an asshole. And I think it leans idiot.
I'm pretty sure it leans idiot.
I'd like to apologize for the people that thought that this man would bring you change, that thought that he would drain the swamp and make the system work for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if you're out there and you're conservative and you bought into what he was selling.
I'm sorry that you were lied to, and I just hope that now you realize just how wrong this man is for the position he holds.
Now, if you voted for Donald Trump, it's probably likely that you were okay with the pipelines anyway, because let's be real, you're voting for a Republican. It was going to happen.
Yeah, but I don't think that anybody that voted for any presidential candidate, be it Trump, Hillary, Bernie, write-in Ernie McMullen from Utah, was voting for a president that they didn't think would know about national issues.
Yeah, like, I'm guessing you expected him to at least read a fucking book before he took office. But it just came out like he doesn't read books.
No, he reads a little bit of the New York Times, and then he settles down to watch Fox News or The Apprentice or cartoons or whatever can hold his attention. I would not be surprised if he's in there watching reruns of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Oh, speaking of things he watches, I saw today. It was a clip from last night's Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Jake Tapper was on.
Really?
Yeah. Jake Tapper and Stephen Colbert have been friends for a long time.
Yeah, it's just Jake Tapper's been doing actual journalism.
So, first off, check out that clip.
Link in the description. Now you gotta do it.
Yeah, we'll link it in the description. But he's just like, I don't care if Donald Trump likes me. I'm pretty sure Obama didn't like me. It was just, my job's not to be liked. And he also said, I think it was Colbert asked him, so he keeps calling you guys fake news. And he's like, well, for fake news, he sure watches us a lot.
Anyway, we are straying off topic. Do we even know what the next video is going to be yet?
Nope, we're going to talk about that.
Yep, and we'll probably see you guys in about a half an hour.
Bye-bye.